morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to share a little bit about some bear meat. We're going to make some jerky in the dehydrator, but before we get to that stage, we're going to share a little bit of story. Yesterday we went to the land to set up the new trail cam. There was an area, and the main area where we cleared was a bin full of wood, like just a plastic tote or a rubber made tote, and it keeps getting knocked over every time we go there. And now there was teeth marks in it, so we're pretty sure it's a bear. But we set up a camera close to him, so we'll capture him on video or picture. And also some Christmas lights that we had set up there were knocked over, so it's got to be a mischievous bear in the area there. But we'll see what it says or shows on that camera today. We're gonna head there today, possibly see if it gets too late, then maybe not. But excuse me. Our other camera, we took the SD card out of it and we brought it home, threw it on the laptop, looked. There's only about 40 pictures in the last week, and no animals on it. But I did discover that our drip bag, our Tinks drip bag, was off the tree, off the little branch where I hung it above the mock scrape, and it had some teeth marks in it. So we're pretty sure that's also a bear, but I didn't capture any pictures from it, so I'm thinking that camera might be a little bit too far away and it doesn't pick that up. So we'll possibly go back to the land, like I said earlier, and we'll go try fixing that too, because obviously we're not capturing any pictures of the area that we wanted. It's a little bit too far away, so we're gonna go try to fix that, and we're gonna check that other SD card to see if there's anything on there, if anything's coming through. We did also notice that one of the wires was down at the gate, so hopefully there's not any intruders or people crossing into our land. But we're gonna go find out this afternoon. But here we are in the kitchen, and what I have here is some bear backstrap from the last time we went out to Dauphin on the elk hunt. We ended up coming home with a bear rather than an elk, so that's what that is. That's the backstrap. I cut it up a couple days ago and we threw it in some marinade. I'll put the marinade in the description below. But we're gonna put it in this charred dehydrator, and we're gonna let it go. And it's got a temperature gauge on here. It says 160. And that is the temperature we actually need to cook the bear meat to, due to trichinosis. Now, there's two ways to kill the trichinosis. Is a parasite that lives in bears and carnivorous animals. So if you're going to eat them, you have to take precaution. You have to either cook it to 100. Some people say 150 degrees. 160 is safe for sure. Cooked through, you cannot have it rare. You got to have an internal temp of 160 or 150, they say, and that will kill the parasite, and then it's safe to eat. Also, you can freeze it. The parasite does not live through frozen. So once you freeze it, so it's a double whammy. So it's safe to eat now after we cook it to 160 degrees. So I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to go about. I got so many things to do today. Charlene is off to her sister. She just left. They're gonna go make some salsa and whatever, harvesting their tomatoes. So that's gonna be good. She's gonna bring home some more good stuff to eat. But I'm gonna throw this on there, and then in a couple hours we're gonna try out this bear jerky. So let's get it on. So I got this protective glove. I'm touching the meat. And I got this little tongue. So we're going to uncover the meat. It looks pretty good. Smells really, really good. But I'm just gonna take my son's little placemat, Batman. It's when he was really young. Bought him that and I still have it around. So we got, I think, 5 tiers here. And I don't need all 5 tiers, that is for sure. But I think we'll fill up 1 tier at a time. So I think we may only need 2 of these racks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread them out. There's a little bit of silver skin on this back strap, and I think it might be fine once it's dehydrated. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to go slow, low and slow, but I will be testing them out, break them open, make sure they're cooked right through. You want them cooked through and you want them dry, obviously, because they're going to be cooked through. Other meats you don't have to cook them as much. If you like them a little bit chewy, like venison or beef or any other meat really, but bear, like I said, you have to be extra careful. But as long as you're careful, I believe this is going to taste really, really good. I don't know a lot of people that eat bear meat in general, never mind jerky. So, like I mentioned before, if you watch any other our videos, they're always unique. We're always doing something that's not usual to anybody else, you know. And we kind of like to keep it that way. Keep the crowd or the subscribers and the viewers interested. Well, the channel is still very young. It's not even a year old yet, so we have some 50 videos out of all kinds of different things that we do. It seems to be getting a little bit better, a little more unique. But I think this is a very unique one. So you can throw in the comments below if you've ever had bear meat, and after you read the recipe, you can share your recipe if you want to. If you want to just keep it a secret, that's perfectly fine and entirely up to you. But there's a lot of people that will search YouTube for recipes, especially wild game recipes. They're not as simple to get as regular. You can use any jerky recipe really with any meat, whether you like it hot or sweet hot. It's just one of those things where you can play around with it quite a bit. So you can do little batches, and then if you don't like the recipe, you can always switch it up. Now I had a couple more racks here. I'm turning this thing on. I could have cut up some venison and fill the rest of these racks with venison, but we'll save that for another video. So once you're done with all this, I'm just going to wash that in super hot water, just to make sure that everything is perfectly clean. So I'm going to plug this in. Good morning, everybody. We are Monday morning now. I started this video yesterday morning. It's Sunday, and it was quite a busy day, so I didn't end up finishing the video, but it turned out quite successful. The bear jerky. I'm just quickly, I gotta leave for work in a few minutes here, but I wanted to show you how this turned out. Now, this is the back strap, so the back strap is not like huge. And I cut it cross grain, so they didn't end up big, but wow, did they ever turn out good. And actually I ended up leaving this overnight because I had what I had done is, geez, operating the camera by myself. What I had done is we had left earlier at about 2, so it was on 160 setting for about 4 hours, and which I thought was going to be good enough. It was not. It wasn't ready yet, so we turned it off as we left the house and went to the land. We did some work there for a bunch of hours, then we came back, and I put it on at 120 for about 3 hours, and it still wasn't enough. Like some of the smaller pieces I ate, and they were done. They were really good, but some of the bigger pieces needed a little bit more. So actually I ended up turning it on before I went to bed, and I ended up getting up in the middle of the night and turning it off, and then they were all done. So they weren't big pieces, and they were probably cut about 1/4 inch or so. So they definitely did take longer than I thought, but they're gonna be really good. I'm gonna take some to work today yet, and this thing actually worked quite well. Very easy to clean. The other 2 racks are drying there, and I soaked them in like super hot water, and they cleaned really easy. But I did notice one thing with them is, if I can unturn this now, they have, it comes apart. And I think the reason why it comes apart is if you have something thicker that wouldn't fit in the rack. So that's kind of neat. Usually the racks are just solid and you can't change any kind of height, but this one apparently you can change some height, so that's really awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready for work. We're gonna do a bunch more yet. We're gonna do like venison on here, and we'll do a couple other things yet, but so far I'm really impressed with this thing. And this turned out really well. I'm happy with it. So if you Any comments in the below would be appreciated. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. That turned out awesome. I'm gonna load some in my lunch and then I'm gonna get going. So thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you try this. There's not a lot of bear jerky videos out there, so this will be one of them for sure. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already with us. But we're going to do a bunch more videos like this. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you all have a good week. And we'll probably end up talking to you either during the week sometime or for sure next weekend. So stay safe, everybody. We'll catch you in the next video.